It's official. Victor Wembanyama. Where did this guy come from? What lab was he born in? I'm just joking. I'm not going to go too far with that. But this dude different, ain't he? People talking about they've never seen a player this skilled, or might be the best player they've seen with their own eyes. I've seen videos of this must be what Wilt Chamberlain looked like to people watching him back in his day. He's special for sure. To me, Victor Wembanyama is the evolution of basketball, and I'm loving it. As a student of the game, a fan of the athletes as a whole, more so than the teams, I'm all about these individual players in all the sports I talk about and what goes into their craft and them being as great as they are. Victor Wembanyama, a lot has gone into it. Over this summer, training with, I think, Kevin Garnett and Akeem Olajuwon, visiting the monks, everything he's done to work on his body and his health and to get healthy, taking the appropriate time off when he had the injury, and San Antonio being smart and just shutting him down. All of that matters, and I'm wishing for the best health possible for Victor Wembanyama, because we need to see this brother for 15 years at least after this year. This is his third season. I want at least another 15 years out of this guy to really see him make a mark in the history books, to make the story of basketball have to include him in the story. And he's a guy that already is making that case. ESPN had him ranked top 6 in the NBA, or top 5, one of the two. And I thought that was a bit high, and they were projecting, which I still stand by. They were projecting. But based on what he did his first 2 seasons, I wasn't feeling him as definitely a top 5 or 6 player in the world. But I see the potential just like everybody else. But hey, seeing this guy in the preseason, which you can't hold but so much weight on, but then to see him in that first game, I mean, he could be the best player in the league now if he continues. And I'm not saying he's going to average 40 and 15 on the year. I'm not saying he not. But what I'm saying is we got to see more out of him. But just watching him, it's not just about the 40, it's how he was getting the 40. The fact that he is learning to play like a big man and get in that paint. He don't got to bang like Shaq, but every now and again, when you get opportunities, get to that rim and dunk on these dudes. You over them. You got those long arms, use them. But not settling for threes, even though you can shoot them off the dribble with the step back. But hey, lower your shoulder, get in there. Take those 10 to 15 footers because you got a jumper, and those are baby jumpers. You're shooting over people like they middle school kids and you're a high schooler or a guy in college. Like, that's how he looks out there against Anthony Davis. Now, people were hyping Anthony Davis too, like he's the greatest defender possibly in the history of the league. Pump the brakes there. He's a great defender, one of the greats in the league today. But again, pump the brakes there for me too. But definitely a great defender was getting work put on him by a guy who is just the evolution of basketball. And that's where I want to leave it. From Wilt Chamberlain, who folks thought was just something different, Shaquille O'Neal and Michael Jordan. Then comes Kobe Bryant. I got to throw in there in that mix with Shaq and Kobe and Michael before that. But also, then you had LeBron and KD, what they were doing, the skill of Steph Curry. And now this guy, who seems to be an embodiment of all of that, the history of basketball coming into one guy, is what I see. Will he be that great? We'll have to see, but the potential is hard to imagine. Good luck, Wemby, on this season. I hope you do well. We need to see you lead them to the playoffs because you got the horses to do so. And now's the time. Year 3 is usually a big year for most people. So we need to see a step up in production, but also winning. I'm watching. I'm tuned in. What's up, everybody? It's J Heat Sports Media coming at y'all with that fire as always. I hope you liked that last video. Make sure you tune in. Find me on YouTube, Instagram, X, and TikTok.